Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who's going to join us. So I'm just going to pop over here to my iPad and see if we are officially live. Hopefully all is well here. Yes, we are officially live. So I'm going to go ahead and share with the groups so they can find us. And there we are. Okay, easy peasy. I think we're good to go. Welcome, welcome. I am just going to flip this camera over so we can see what's going on here. Okay. So, hey, Sherry, glad you could join us. Paper Pumpkin, as always, tomorrow is the 9th. So you have tomorrow and Tuesday if you want to get in on the September kit. The 10th is your final day to get in. That is a fall themed kit. It's called Autumn Abundance. It will make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs, and will coordinate with the bonus add-on dies that you can get. And then on the 11th, we'll learn what the next quarter add-on will be and what the theme for the next 3 Stampin' Up Paper Pumpkin kits will be. Of course, Paper Pumpkin's always a surprise. They give us a little bit of a hint of what's coming, but you never really know. No, you're not late at all, Cher. Glad you could join. But anyway, great kits. It's literally crafting in a box that shows up. Hey, Sue, at your doorstep. And it's always a fun little thing to have surprise in your mailbox every month. And it usually takes about 7 days, so about around the 17th, 18th, it'll arrive. The other thing that dropped is our new mini catalog. That's where we're featuring out of tonight. It's our mini catalog. This is all of our holiday themed product. Tonight we are using the Humble Home bundle. This is found on page 46. It is a bundle, so you do save 10% when you're purchasing the stamp set and the punch together. And you get all these cute little ideas here. So definitely something that you want to have. If you have not received your catalog from me yet and you'd like one, please make sure you let me know so I can get one to you. Hey, Arlene, so glad you could make it. They also have introduced a scrapbooking line. So for those of you who are memory keeper people who love to do your scrapbooking, Stampin' Up! It's kind of stepped aside from the scrapbooking world a little bit over the last probably about 10 years ago, I guess. They started limiting what they were carrying as far as the scrapbooking world goes. But with the closure of Close to My Heart and bringing on some Close to My Heart makers, Stampin' Up! Has decided to go back into the scrapbooking world as well. So they have introduced some new product. We're going to be seeing more as time goes on. Right now, there is a digital brochure that is available online. I did go ahead and print it just so I can do a quick show for you. I will do my unboxing because I did order some product. I should have it here, I believe, Wednesday. So hopefully I'll be able to pop on Wednesday evening and do a little unboxing for you to see. But they're introducing some two-tone cardstock in the 12 by 12 size. What's different about this cardstock compared to our regular cardstock? Our regular cardstock is dyed through and through. So you can tear it and you'll see the color through and through. There's no white core. This particular new 12 by 12 cardstock is going to have a white core. It's actually printed cardstock. So they print the color on one side and print the other color on the other side. So you have coordinating color. So real red, you're going to have the real red color. And then on the back side, you're going to have like maybe one shade lighter. So they're going to complement each other really well. Two-tone cardstock lends itself to some really fun techniques as well. So we'll go over a lot of that once I get my stuff in. They're also introducing, in addition to our basic white cardstock is not going away, but in addition to basic white, they're introducing this white willow. And from what I understand, this white willow is a little bit whiter, brighter than our basic white. I will do a comparison when it does arrive. But again, it will only come in the 12 by 12. It will not come in the 8.5 by 11. It'll only be 12 by 12. And basically what they did is they bought the Close to My Heart's White Daisy. They just renamed it as part of the Stampin' Up! Branding to be White Willow. So it's just going to have a new name from what it was when it was with Close to My Heart. But the intent is to add every color in the Stampin' Up! Line into the 12 by 12 two-toned cardstock. So for those of you who like to do your scrapbooking, hey, Sue, yes, you were a scrapbooker, weren't you? That's how you got started. So if you still have that love, you're now going to have more product to do for that. They're also adding on these. For now, we just have a few, but like I said, this is something that's going to a line that will continue to grow. They call them scrapbooking workshop kits. And basically, it's everything you need to put together 3 double page spreads. So there's enough product here with instructions to do 3 full 2-page spreads for a scrapbook. And again, it has everything you need. There's stickers, there's ephemera embellishment pieces. So like this reindeer memories kit, you'll see all that comes with it. You get the 12 by 12 cardstock. There's 12 by 12 designer paper with coordinating cardstock. There's your ephemera. There's your sticker sheets. And then you're going to be able to create this 2-page spread, that 2-page spread, and that 2-page spread. And again, full color instructions on how to do it. Pretty cool little thing that they're doing. Plus, if you don't want the full-on workshop kit to do this, that's what, 2, 4, 6 pages, you can purchase things individually. So here's a pack of coordinating cardstock that'll go with the designer paper and the sticker pack. You can also purchase an additional stamp set that's got the big, large fonts and sentiments that'll appropriate for a scrapbook page. So really, really recommend that you just check out online to see what the offering is. Here's the Halloween one. So stinking cute. If you have trick-or-treaters and you like to scrapbook them, your grandkids, the littles, the nieces, the nephews, look how cute these spreads are. So cute. And then again, here you can purchase individually instead of getting the whole kit. There's 2 Christmas, a fall, and Halloween. So this one here is the fall. And then that's the fall individual pieces. So you have, well, actually one's Christmas, one's winter, one's fall, one's Halloween. So that's how that is. But again, it's something that they plan to grow as we progress. This was something that they rapid fire put together. And this is what they came up with for the right now. But going forward, we'll be seeing much more for the scrapbookers coming out. So if you are a scrapbooker, be on the lookout for much more product coming our way. All right, tonight, Humble Home. I put the little, what do you want to see this week? Humble Home versus the Sweetest Star. And Humble Home was the clear 100% winner. I had all votes for Humble Home, so that's what we're playing with tonight. So let's see what Humble Home looks like. This is our Humble Home stamp set. This is the Home Builder Punch. So stinking cute. Lots of fun I had with this one. And our projects, I have 2 cards. I have From Our House to Yours. And then I have Welcome Home. Now this one, you may notice, this might look a little familiar to one of our sketch challenges. I used the sketch to put this one together instead of an oval. I just used this here tag. And then I did a little project. This is a little box. And this is for anybody who, do you remember Christmas time in the, I don't know, like maybe 70s and 80s? We used to get the little boxes of not M&Ms, Lifesavers. The boxes of Lifesavers that came in these little book boxes. Who remembers? Well, that's pretty much what this reminds me of. And it's just a little thank you gift. You could put some sweet treats in there. And then you have this cute little book. And it closes like so. Oh, Sherry, you do? Okay, at least I'm not the only one that remembers the boxes of Lifesavers. I used to love getting those. They were like a popular Christmas gift in school. All right, so we're going to start with our From Our House to Yours card. This one, I will admit, I did case this. There was a demonstrator by the name of Dawn. I cannot remember her full name, and I could not find it again today when I was trying to look. But I had seen a card very similar to this. So I did recreate it because I loved the way it came out. And I'm going to share with you how it is done. So we're just going to set that aside here. We're going to pull out all of our little bits. I have a thick, basic white. It just... card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, and it is scored at 4.25. It does, Arlene. It reminds me fully of those Lifesaver boxes. I used to love them. All right. So anyway, we're going to fold on that score line, and we're going to take our bone folder and burnish that out just like so. Then I have a crushed curry piece. This panel measures 5 by 3 3/4. And then I have another basic white that measures 4 3/4 by 3.5. And that's to layer on like so. I have a scrap of the Country Lace Designer Series paper. And I have a scrap of Misty Moonlight. And then I have a scrap of basic white. So we're going to start with our little piece of white here and our designer paper. I need my punch, and we're just going to punch out a house. Easy peasy. Oops. Let's do it. We get a few extra little bits we don't need, so we can put those aside. And that's what we're left with. So that goes in our scrap pile. So here's our little house. So I am going to want my house, probably right about there. So I'm placing that there just for placement purposes. Oop. I need crushed curry. Did I not? Oh my goodness. There it is. And Misty Moonlight are my 2 ink pads I'm using. So we're going to start with the crushed curry. And I have my little heart that's from the stamp set. So we're going to do our crushed curry heart. So we're going to go ahead and ink that up. Looks pretty good. And there we go. From our house to yours. It's going to be next. So there's that. So now we just need to find from our house to yours. We're going to close up this one. And we're bringing in Misty Moonlight. Ink that up nice. And right over the top of our heart. From our house to yours. All right. Next, we need our little blue piece here. And I'm just going to punch out a roof. I don't need the whole house. I just want the roof. So just going to punch it right there. So that's all I have. So now I need my snips. And I'll show you how I got my roof. So once I punched it out, you'll see I have these little notches here. I don't know if you can see them in the camera very good. Whoop, there we go. Those little notches. So using those notches as my guide, I'm just going to cut straight up into the peak. There we go. So there is my little roof line. And we're just going to attach that to our house like so. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a little liquid glue. Don't need much. Like so. Okay. Next, we're going to bring in dimensionals. And we're going to add our little house right about there. Okay, now I have my little scrap white. And we need This little stamp here stamps your door and your windows all in one stampin' motion here. So we're going to use our crushed curry again. And there's our doors and windows. Okay, and then the door we have to fussy cut, but it's an easy shape so I don't crab too much. So there's that. And then get rid of the scraps here. And then the windows, so there's our door. The windows, we have this little square that's in the punch. Whoop. Let's get that centered in there. So there's one window. And we need another window. Oh, hey, sis. You didn't miss much at all. We're working on card number 1. We're just doing our stamping and our punching. And there we go. There's window number 2. We don't need those anymore. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and attach this to our crushed curry panel, and then we'll attach our windows and doors. So this is going to go right onto our panel here. Okay. Let's go ahead and attach it to our card base. So now this goes like so. All right, now we have to attach our windows and doors. So again, bringing back my liquid glue. So we're going to keep this nice and flat. And a little dab of glue will do ya. So we're just going to put our door here in the center. And then we have our windows. So we're going to add a little glue. Window number 1. And then we have window number 2. Looks like the house that Jack built. A little crooked there. There we go. Okay, now we have straight windows. So there's our windows and doors. And that finishes card number 1. All right. But see how simple that was to just create that little roof? Well, thanks, Sue. All right, on to card number 2. This one, like I said, I used our one sketch challenge as my starting point for this one. And this time I'm using a basic beige card base. This measures 8.5 by 5.5, but scored at 4 1/4. So we'll go ahead and fold on that score line using our bone folder to press that out. I then took a piece of designer series paper. This is from, I think this was an online exclusive pack. It's called the Regal Distressed Patterns. And you get this red distress piece here. And then you also get this here with the gold. It's one-sided. And then there's this here, the pretty peacock. So you get these 3 different patterns. You get 2 sheets of each. And like I said, it's all one-sided paper. The other side is just plain white. And this measures 4 1/4 by 2 inches. And that's just going to adhere to our card base like so. So we're going to go ahead and add that. Like so. Then I have some scrap of the basic beige. And I also have another piece of basic beige. This measures like 1.5 by like 3/4 of an inch wide. And that's for our sentiment. And then I went ahead and I've cut out already, so you don't have to watch me cut it, is this little stitched tag. And this comes from the Greetings of the Season dies. So it's this here large tag that you get with that. And again, this was one of the online exclusive sets that released a while ago. All right. So we're going to start by going ahead and we're going to attach this to our card. The one thing I am going to change, I think, on this is I think I'm going to pop this up. When I did the original card, I popped up the windows and doors, and I don't think I like them popped. I think I'm going to keep them flat this time, and I'll pop the house up like I did, but I'm going to pop the tag up instead of popping up windows and doors. Didn't like them popped up so much after I did it. That's the beauty of crafting. If you don't like something, do it again and change it. It's okay. Okay, so we're just going to add a few dimensionals to this. Because like I said, I did it flat because I popped up the windows and doors with the house. And I didn't want to have too much dimension. I didn't want to overdo it. But it's okay. Oh, hey, Paulette. Glad you could make it. Okay. So that's going to go right about there. That looks good. All right. Now we got to bring in our scrap piece here. So for this, we need my cherry cobbler is a wreck. There it is. Our roof. And for that, we're using basic gray. Okay, so we're going to start with our little house. Now, my cherry cobbler ink pad is seen its better days. I think it's time to invest in a new one. I got ink everywhere, and it doesn't matter how much I re-ink it. It's just not good. But because this is brick, I really didn't mind that it didn't look perfect, because brick can have that distressed look. Yeah, it has been a while since we've seen you. Glad you could make it. All right. So here's our distressed brick. And we're going to stamp that down like so. So you see, it's like different shades and does weird things there. It's okay. For this particular stamp, I'm okay with it. All right. Just going to grab a drink. Hidden dry. Okay. So we're going to close up this cherry cobbler for just a minute. We will be back to it for a little bit. But for now, I need the basic gray. And that is going to be our roof. So we have a roof here. Oop. There we go. Now, I'm just going to try to line everything up. The beauty of photopolymer stamps, you can actually see what you're doing for the most part. Okay, so now that's done. Set that aside for a minute. Let's go ahead. Punch that out. Get it all lined up. There's our house. And we're going to keep that because we have more stamping and punching to do with that and cutting. But, oops. We also need a little heart. Okay. So set that there for now. All right. Next, we're going to stamp our windows and doors. So we're going to bring back that crushed curry again. Let's just... There we go. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to cut our door out. Just a little better. There we go. So there's our door. All right. And then we can use our punch to grab our windows. Of course, you can absolutely fussy cut those out as well. But why fussy cut when you got a tool that'll do it for you? All right. So I'll set that there. All right. So next, we're going to go ahead and add our little pieces on here. And like I said, I popped them up before, but I decided I really didn't like that. So we're going to do flat. So we're just going to put our door on here. There's also an adorable little wreath you could hang from your house. But I wasn't into the idea of fussy cutting out that little wreath. Now, if I was just going to maybe punch out the house on maybe plain cardstock and then stamp the wreath onto the side of the house, front of the house, I probably would do that, but I'm not fussy cutting it to pop it up. I'm sure there's somebody who loves to fussy cut that will do that. That's not me. Okay. So there's that. Oops. Trying to cover my glue here. There we go. All right. Next, I need a mini dimensional. Just a little baby one. And that is going to be for our little heart here. Because I am going to pop the heart up. And I used real red for the heart rather than the cherry cobbler so that the real red would show up against that cherry cobbler house. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some dimensionals to our house. And we're going to add that to our little piece there. Now we're going to go ahead and bring this little scrap. Well, it's not really scrap. I cut that. And we need the word home and the word welcome. And I'm going to start with the word home. Getting red ink all over myself here. Okay, so we're just going to ink up the word home in our cherry cobbler. And that's going to go at the bottom of this piece, like so. See if I can't close this without getting full of ink. There we go. Nope, not at all. Let's try not to get it on the cardstock. Okay, I think we got it. All right, next we're going to do our basic gray and welcome. So our card is going to say welcome home. There it is. Okay. And then I'm going to take let's see, there's a dimensional right here. And on this one end, we're going to pop that up. This end will get adhesive. And that is going to go right there like so. And then I have these adhesive backed sparkle gems. They come in the color of champagne, black, and white. And I felt like the champagne looked really good with this gold foiling. So we're just going to grab our take your pick tool. I'm going to use that putty end. And we're going to grab one for right there. We're going to cover up that little area for a tag. And I'm going to put one there. And we'll put one right there. And that finishes card number 2. Get these back in their package. Super simple, but super cute. So do you prefer the popped up doors and windows? Or do you like the flat doors and windows? I think I like them flat. Probably kind of hard to tell in the camera, but yeah, flat for sure. Okay. Next up, our cute little box. Like I said, I just think this box is so stinking cute. All right. For this box, you get a package of 10. So you can make 10 of these sweet boxes when you purchase these little candy boxes. They're called book boxes, right? Book boxes? Yep, book treat box. They come in a package like this. So you have your little book, or yeah, the book base and then the cover. So they come in 2 pieces. Everything is already pre-scored for you. And they have all of the adhesive attached for you as well. So you have the sticky strip already part of the boxes. I also have some basic red here. I have a piece of basic white. And I have 2 pieces of designer series paper. This one's 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And this one is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. And what else? Oh, we're going to be doing some embossing. My embossing stuff is over here to the side of me. So you'll see this. This is the new Wow embossing powder. But anyway, super cute. So how these work, you have all of your score lines. So all you have to do is literally fold on the score lines. Fold, 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 fold. These fold in like so. Then you're going to fold on these score lines. So we're going to go ahead and do all our folding first, and then we'll do our sticking. So get that. This folds. So then, like I said, you're going to remove the sticky cover here. So these little tabs fold in. This folds over. And that folds down like so. And then the same thing on this side. These little tabs fold in. We're going to remove the sticky strip. And that folds down like so. So now you have the start of your little box here. So now you have your book cover. So we're going to go ahead. And that's how that, you just fold on those score lines, and then you have two sticky strips here. We're going to pull off those covers, and this literally just sits. Well, it's very sticky, so make sure you get it on there straight. Oh, goodness. And yep, it's down. Forget it. It is where it lands is where it lands. So you want to make sure you're straight on when you're putting it in there. And then there's another piece of sticky here. So don't stick it down until you're ready to permanently close it. What I did for this one is I used my finger. So because I knew I wanted to be able to open it again, as I just used my fingers to really play with it to remove some of the stickiness. So it still sticks closed, but you can still open it. But that is a very strong adhesive. So if you're not ready to open it or close it, don't take that sticky off until you've got it ready to be permanently shot. Okay. So first thing, the smaller piece here, all I did was just stuff that down in there. And then I took my white piece and my garden green ink pad. And where is it? Thank you, which is part of this whole stamp set. I'm going to do thank you. And I forgot to bring over. Did I? Or did I bring it over here? Oh, I didn't. I got it. Okay. Woohoo. Thought I forgot my Versamark ink pad, but I did not. It's just with my embossing tools. All right. So I just stamped that in the middle there. Just like so. I'm going to close that up. And clean this off. One more punch. We're using the modern oval punch. And we're going to punch out. Thank you. Take some adhesive. And that's just going to go in the bottom of the box. So now you can fill that up with treats of all kinds, and it's ready to go. Next, now this box front is 3 inches by 4 inches. So I cut my paper 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. And this has a rounded edge. So I went ahead and I dug out my old Project Life corner rounder. So if you have a corner rounder will do. I just happen to have the old original Project Life, the Stampin' Up pad several years ago. And I'm doing that. And I was going to tell you, this designer paper, it has a kind of a Christmas flair to it, being green, garden green plaid. But it actually comes from the To Market paper. So the other side of it is these pretty flowers. So if you don't necessarily have Christmas paper, look through your other pattern papers. You might be surprised what has a Christmassy look to it. All right, so we're just going to add some adhesive. And we're now going to add this to the center of our card box. Treat box, whatever you want to call it here. There we go. So see, doesn't that look better with the corners rounded? So that's why I dug that out. So we kind of go along with it. All right, next. Now we're going to get down to some serious business here. I have here my real red. Oh, let's see. I'm bringing in all my embossing goodies here. So we're going to set that aside for now. I have my Versamark, I have my tweezers, I have my little paintbrush, or brush, not necessarily paintbrush. It came with my embossing tools here. I have embossing powder. This is the new Wow Bright White. My little spoon. So we're going to start with our embossing buddy. Now this is just a powder-filled little tool that gets all of your fingerprints and grease and oils and anything static, anything that would make your powder stick to some place you don't want it to stick. The only place you want that powder sticking is on the stamped image. So wherever your Versamark is, that's where you want your ink. All right, so I set that aside. I have my stamp now, so I have my little house. And we're going to use our Versamark ink pad. We're going to ink that up really well. And Versamark is a thick, clear ink. So it takes a little while to dry. And the purpose of that is to allow you to get your powder on and stick. And that's when you see the magic happen. All right, so we're going to put that down like so. So now, you might not see anything yet, but you will in a minute. Here comes our embossing powder. So now you see the white embossing powder on there. We're going to go ahead. I'm going to grab this with my tweezers and I'm going to grab my heat tool here. I'm just going to let it get hot for a minute. Okay, and now we can bring it to our paper. This is superheated air. It's not a hair dryer. As a matter of fact, it would probably fry your hair if you were to use it in your hair. Because like I said, it is superheated. And now we're going to melt this powder. And as it melts, it becomes brighter. See how pretty that is? Nice bright white. And then we bring it into the punch. Bring back our little box. And then for that, all I did is I added a couple of dimensionals. And that's that. And I'm not going to seal this one. Like I said, before I sealed that one, I stuck it so it wouldn't stick permanently. But there you have it. 2 cute little treat boxes that are easy to fill with some little sweet treats as a quick and easy thank you. So we'll do a real quick recap. We have our welcome home. And then from our house to yours. Well, thanks, ladies. I'm so glad you like them. Like I said, everything was so simple and easy. Nothing was time consuming. Nothing was difficult. Just quick and easy, but maintained your cute factor. No, thank you, Paula. I'm glad you were able to stop by. All right, ladies, that is all I have for this evening. I do appreciate each and every one of you for coming to hang out with me. I hope you enjoyed. I know I did. And I want to wish you all a fabulous rest of your evening and an even better week ahead. And God willing, I will see you again next Sunday. Have a great day, guys. Bye for now.